Just realized I was muted, and we're live. We're finally live here with Battle of the Americas number 66. I'm of course your host, Live VIP. With me right now is the technical difficulties duck. for now. I'll be joined later on by Ducklings, and I apologize for the delayed start. Hopefully everything's okay. You know, we've got our delay running. Hopefully the audio is okay. That's what I was really concerned about, but should be okay. Should be good. But with all that, we're finally live. It took a while because !B in the chat, by the way, if you want. Oh, yo, hold on. We have the power. Boom. There we go. !B in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket, or we can look at it a little bit together here. As we can see, that's a lot of walkovers. That's a lot of walkovers. It was like, yo, okay, we have our series picked out. We'll follow Reaper versus Schalke. Schalke wasn't here. We'll follow Pure Legacy versus Zions. Zions wasn't here. We'll follow Champ versus Cristiano. Cristiano wasn't here. Like, it's like, shaking my head, guys, shaking my head. So unfortunately there were a lot of walkovers in the first round. That is why we had a bit of a delayed start. But now we're done with that. Now we can finally get into some games, and we have our first series of the day. As you can see on the screen right now, it is going to be TriGGeR versus Reaper. A bit of a PVZ, a bit of an America, I should say NA on NA action. Canada versus the US of A. Let's go. Oh, good. Meanwhile, shout out to Maximo Supremo in the chat. ARJ Skater as well. Stounder was here earlier. Reaper was in the chat as well. So yeah, it's good to see everyone. It's good to see everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is ready for, you know, our weekly dose of North America and Latin America StarCraft. Unfortunately, we didn't get to cast Sentimiento Latino yesterday. That is because yesterday we were casting ANZ Champs, as you saw in the wait screen earlier. ANZ Champs is back, so we were covering the qualifiers for that yesterday, but now we are here with our first series of the day, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Jagannatha LE. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Pure Legacy. We were just talking about him, for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And again, spawning in the top right hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Canadian Protoss. He is red, representing Alpha X. It is a TriGGeR. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, but also sending a drone across the map, we have the American Zerg player, opening up with a bit of a 12 pool. It's the blue Zerg representing Dominica's Esports. I didn't even know he joined that team. Oh my god. Apparently it is Reaper. Dominicus. I keep wanting to say like the Dominican Republic. So the drone is here. Ooh, and there is that spray. We know him, we love him. Reaper is the cheesiest player in all of the Americas, and he's here with the drone looking to throw down that proxy hatchery. Oh my god. Oh god. Ay. This is a thing of beauty. And disgust. Yo, he cancels and repositions. Oh my god. Alright, so TriGGeR, he's responding to this well. What I mean by that is that he did throw down a forge. So with this forge, he'll be able to throw down some cannons and again deal with this proxy. Meanwhile, the Lings are flooding across the map. The Zealot is out, not in the best position, as the Lings will be able to chip away at this gateway and focus it down. But the forge is done. Show us the cannons. Boom. There we go. We have one cannon. We should have a second as well. But the question is, will the cannons finish in time to actually deal with these Lings? Because the Lings are about to break through the gateway. The gateway will fall, and then there's going to be a split moment here where he has to get through. But there's the full wall off. There's the secondary wall. The Lings cannot make a pass. Instead, they try and surround the Zealot. But oh, but a miss micro there. The Zealot does back its back up against the corner. It does survive, and now the cannon finishes. There we go. The Zealot survives. The pylon is cancelled as the Lings are able to slip into the main base, but mate, only 4 Lings? That's not that great. Okay, he gets a probe. Yo, we can get the Zealot. Oh my god, TriGGeR, please. TriGGeR, please. Oh, one of us. One of us. Up. The Zealot does go down. The Lings can flood in, but there's not that many of them. Reaper is droning. Oh no. Oh no. And with this, it looks like TriGGeR has held. He's completely walled off. This hatchery isn't going to accomplish much. There is a queen on the way and a couple of Lings, which is nice, but we don't really see this working here. Yeah, the Lings are forced out. What's interesting is that Reaper took a gas. He's not mining from it, but he did take it. So I'm really curious to see. I'm really curious to see what this extractor is really for here. As oh, there we go, he finally pulls some boys. He's finally mining some of that gas in his main base. At the same time, oh god, he's trying to focus on the cannon, and it looks like the cannon will survive. Unfortunately, this queen dealt a lot of DPS to the Void Ray, not so much the cannon. So oh, he can still get it maybe. Up, so close. Oof. Shield battery finishes up just in time. And again, as TriGGeR is held beautifully, he's going to go across the map with his Void Ray. And Reaper, what's the follow-up here? Is he going to go for... I feel like Link Speed is not the play. Maybe Fast Lair? He only has 2 queens. Yeah, he goes for Link Speed. Interesting choice. Interesting. Reaper, he's going to try and catch up, but he's down in workers. He's down in tech. Oh boy, it's going to be an uphill battle here. Meanwhile, now there are 2 Void Rays. Yo, 2 Void Rays against 2 queens. I want to root for the Void Rays here as, oh god, the micro is here. Reaper is trying to focus on the Void Ray, but it's not going to be enough. The queen does fall. Second Void Ray does manage to escape, and yeah, 2 Void Rays are greater than 2 queens. Especially when the queens don't have energy for transfuse. And I think this is just game. I'll be real here. The second queen comes in, he's trying to focus on the weakened Void Ray, but the Void Ray does escape. Oh. And Reaper, he survives, but now there's a 3rd Void Ray. Spores are on the way, which is great. It's beautiful. Spores are an amazing thing. But well played gets called, and TriGGeR takes game 1. GG. As I quickly try and set something up here. Where are you? There you are. Again, this is a new scene collection, so I haven't mentioned it, but I hope you're enjoying our new overlays, our new graphics. This is something that Kura has been working very hard on. Again, she's always looking to improve the quality of the stream in whatever way she can. Of course, she's the one who really handles all of our assets, our graphics, our overlays, the majority of them. So yeah, with that, she has been able to, she was working on this for like the past week, past 2 weeks actually, and she finally got it up and running. And honestly, it looks pretty slick. It's a little bit more modern. It's a little bit more, you could argue that maybe there's too much going on, but at the same time, the older one was incredibly simplistic. She wasn't quite happy with that. So this is a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner, if you will. Nothing worse than a misplaced hatch. True. But here we go as we dive into game number 2. And here we have, as you can see, our Canadian Protoss. I was just inserting the flags for the players. We have the red Protoss representing Alpha X, currently leading this series. It is a TriGGeR. And spawning in the top left hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the green Zerg player, hailing from the land of the Americas, representing Dominaticus Esports. There it is. It is Reaper. This time actually making drones. He's still going for a pull first, but it isn't a 12 pull like in game number 1 on Jaganatha. So again, much less committed. I say less committed. With this pull first, depending on when he takes his gas, he can go for a faster Roach Warren behind this. So there's a lot of potential here with how aggressive he wants to be. He doesn't just have to rely on Lings as, oh, drone comes out and he is, oh, actually jukes the probe and will go for his natural. You love to see it. It's so annoying having to take your base elsewhere. As TriGGeR does probe scout, he confirms, hey, you know, you didn't go for a 12 pull. I can see the timing of your spawning pull. I know it's just a pull first. I don't have anything crazy to worry about. The graphics look great. Thank you so much, sub. Thank you. Also, I see you in the chat. Yo, exclamation mark Funada Cristiano. Mate, I wanted to cast you versus Cham. Cristiano, he was queued up to go, he was placed to go up against Cham today in today's tournament, and he gave up. He forfeited against Cham. It's like, mate, come on. You gotta try. This 2 weeks in a row, mate. Shaking my head, Cristiano, shaking my head. Alright, well, the game is progressing. So far, everything's pretty standard. We do have Link Speed on the way. It was not a Roach Warren or anything like that. And TriGGeR is going for a Stargate opener. Meanwhile, the Lynx did get across the map and, oh my god, the Zealot! Oh god, the Zealot was a little bit mismicroed there, but it does get back into place. It is still part of the wall. Oh. Things looking a little bit scary there. Meanwhile, TriGGeR a little bit supply blocked here. Okay, there we go. Adept is now on the way. Only supply blocked for a couple of moments, a couple of seconds. And we'll see how TriGGeR approaches this, right? Obviously, it's a Stargate opener, but he doesn't have to commit to Void Rays. And there we go. We do have an Oracle first. We have seen the rise in popularity of not just one, but up to two, up to sometimes even 3 Oracles to go into a different army composition, just because like the Void Ray openers and the Void Ray meta had become so stale and so common that Zerg players were, for the most part, anticipating it, expecting it, and in a way hard countering it. So, you know, it's always important to mix things up as a Protoss player. Meanwhile, oh my god, thank you so much, Wasoff, for the raid. Thank you, Wasoff. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I hope you enjoyed your stream. Hope you enjoyed your, I'm going to assume, ladder session. I hope you had a good time. If you're just joining us, we are currently in Battle of the Americas. This is a weekly tournament, region locked to players from North America and Latin America. So this is where players like TriGGeR and Reaper go up against players like Cham, Jim Rising, Special, if he wakes up in time, things of that nature. As okay, the Oracle does finally get across the map. He does get a couple of drone kills. He does also delay the 3rd base, so honestly, nicely done, being annoying and getting some value here. But something else that's important is that Reaper did go for a relatively fast lair. There is no Roach Warren, by the way. So what is this lair for exactly? He only has 2 gases. He doesn't have his 3rd or 4th. Ooh, interesting. The lair is for the Hydra Den. This man, he's going for a Hydra push, or Hydra all-in, if you will, a Hydra timing attack. There are a couple of ways you can do this. Either you hit with a Hydra upgrade or with +1 range, but there's no Evo Chamber. Meanwhile, ooh, the NF's not going to be able to come into the natural base. Focus on a couple of these drones. Nice reaction time, though. Only 1 drone. Oh, no, never mind. I was gonna be like, only 1 drone goes down, and so far, yeah, only 1 drone. The rest are able to evacuate into the main base. These adepts are being really annoying, though. They do deny a lot of mining in the natural, and there we go. Hydra speed is on the way. But this is kind of devastating, because something that these adepts did, other than get a couple of worker kills, is that they scouted the Hydra Den. So now TriGGeR knows, oh, it's going to be a ground focus attack. Hydras are going to be coming my way. I'm going to prepare. What is going to be my splash damage of choice? Against Hydras, you can go Storm, but Storm takes a while. You can go Disruptors, you can go Colossus. And we do see that a Robotics Bay is on the way. So against Hydras, what's ideal here? I mean, you could go either or, right? Both Disruptors and Colossus are a good answer to it. You could argue that a Disruptor has a lot more potential, but your opponent can also micro against the disruptor, right? And if your opponent splits well, then the disruptor shot may do nothing. So yeah, a bit of a choice that TriGGeR has to make here. And it may make or break the game for him, to be honest. As the Hydra's coming out, there we go. Hydra speed is on the way. It's about to finish up. We'll see if he waits for Hydra range as well and starts it immediately after and goes for, you know, like the quote-unquote 1-1 timing here for those Hydras. As, again, he's all droning up. Like, he's done with the drones. 43 drones is all this man needs. And now he's sending it across the map. There we go. He's not waiting for the second upgrade. Hydra speed is all he needs. He's even wielding his queens across the map. He doesn't have too many of them, but you know, they'll be there. Ooh, the stasis though. Aye. Stasis does catch a lot of these things, but the Void Rays, one of them already gets picked off. We do have a couple of shield batteries on the way. Disruptors are the AoE of choice. He already has one at the natural. The second one is about to pop out, so he will have two in the defense. And there we go. Show us the shots. He's trying to focus down. He's trying to dive on top of the disruptor. The splits are they're okay, but they're not that amazing. As 4 Hydras go down, another 2 go down. And I think that's enough. Yeah. Let me just quickly check here. Oh, never mind. 11? Oh my god, 11 Hydras have already died. That's insane. That's more than enough here for TriGGeR to hold wonderfully with shield batteries, overcharge, more disruptor shots are going off. The Void Rays are standing strong, and yeah, it's so unfortunate that this push was scattered earlier, right? Like, it was meant to be hidden in the natural, but because of the adepts, TriGGeR saw it so quickly. The queens are falling. There are only 4 Hydras remaining here, and I mean, a couple more are trickling in, which is great. Can he get some momentum going? He does focus on another Void Ray, but yeah, there's just not enough here for Reaper, and Reaper is forced to back off and forced to drone up, and this is a terrible scenario to be in. I've been here many times as well. It's like, you know, you go for a timing attack, you go for essentially an all-in, and if you don't deal any economic damage, like, Reaper is so far behind. TriGGeR, he's up almost 20 workers. He's fully saturated on 3 bases. He's ready to expand and take a 4th base. Reaper knows this, so he does send a couple of links over to try and deny that. But a little bit mistimed. The base wasn't quite there. Now the probe is headed in that direction. Reaper, he needs to do everything he can to keep his opponent on 3 bases. The problem is that a Protoss on 3 bases is stronger than a Zerg on 3 bases. Oh boy, and TriGGeR, he does go for his fleet beacon. Carrier production has commenced, double carrier production even, +1 air attack. This is the Exodia of Protoss right now, with Skytoss on the way. He doesn't even need Skytoss, to be honest. Like, unfortunately, Reaper has been doing, like, he's been focusing all of his larva on drones to catch up, so his army has much to be desired. Disruptor shots are going off. Thankfully, you know, we do have a nice dodge here for Reaper. No massive disruptor shot yet, but the 3rd base is going to go down. Reaper cannot fight this. He couldn't engage it with how small his army was. And just like that, TriGGeR, he takes it, he backs off. Reaper does have a 4th base on the way, or now a new 3rd on the way, which is nice, but it's not done yet. It's only halfway done. He needs to find another way to get back into this. So another way would be, I don't know, like a follow-up Nidus attack or some Overlord drops or some way to just deal economic damage, right? To like slow down your opponent and try and even things up. We don't expect him to take a head-on engagement and somehow kill this army, of course. So you have to resort to like other kind of tactics here, but like, Reaper is just in such a rough place, such a rough position. Oh boy. So now he's forced to be a little bit more defensive. He is Maynarding his drones over towards the north, but an observer is about to show up, and TriGGeR now knows. He now sees, this is my next target. The army, he knows what he wants. The army is going to be rotating over, and oh boy, there's no, the difficult thing about this is that there's no creep here. There's no creep whatsoever. TriGGeR, there's nothing stopping him from just showing up and right-clicking the space. Like, unfortunately, Reaper doesn't have any vision out on the map. He doesn't know where the army movement is. Meanwhile, TriGGeR sees everything with this observer. Absolutely everything, mate. The disruptor, no! Oh god, the disruptor shots are going off. The splits aren't there. Oh my god, again. TriGGeR had eyes on everything and Reaper did not. The base will fall. one of the carries is a little bit isolated, but really it was the Hydras that were isolated as another Disruptor Shot goes off. Hydras going down left and right. We do have 11 more on the way, which is great, but oh no. Oh, at the same time, there was a bit of a Baneling run by. I apologize, I did miss that. I did see the Banelings were on the way, so economic damage has finally been done. Now Reaper, he's going for the fight. He's trying to focus on these Void Rays. The Void Rays, they are falling, but there are not enough Hydras. GG gets called. And TriGGeR takes the series 2-0. GG.